Welcome to the NexGen show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited about this particular episode because we have, for the first time, someone who just graduated from mass communications. And he is looking for a job in our industry. His name is Michael. Welcome, Michael.
Hi, nice to have you.
Thank you. Now, Michael, why advertising?
Well, truth be told, I actually considered doing psychology at first. And then I saw my friend's module list. And I was like, probably not. Because it really is like psychology. I was like, maybe not. Because to me personally, the ideas of psychology and communication are both very important and very interlinked. And I thought that advertising was an interesting way to meld the two ideas, in order to best communicate with people of a target audience, you have to know their psychology, their behavioristics. And so that's why I thought advertising was interesting.
Well, you've been studying this for about 3 years, right?
3 years, yeah.
3 years. And you're a fresh graduate going into the industry. What are your expectations?
Challenges. I expect it to be a steep learning curve. I don't know too much about the industry, like first and foremost. So I do expect there to be quite a steep learning curve going into it. But I also hope to learn. I expect to learn, find out about various things in the industry. But I also expect it to change over time. That's what I'm quite sure of that. I'm quite sure in a few years' time, the industry will be quite different than it is when I first enter because of the introduction of new technologies, AI, stuff like that. So new graduates like myself may have to adapt accordingly and already have to in some sense, actually.
Let's talk about that. What are the changes that you are referring to apart from technology?
There'll probably be a change in culture because of it. I think AI is a bit of a hot topic right now, especially generative AI. So the needs of employers and the needs of managers in general will probably change according to it. Because there's already this conversation now where, why hire an artist when I can get an AI to do the same thing, right? Now, AI at this time is not to the level of professional artists. And this is true for voice talent, videographers, stuff like that, right? But it's a reality that over time, AI will get better and better. So because of that, people have to change. And the expectations of hiring employers will also change accordingly. And so that's where I stand on that point.
Okay, understand. Well, can you handle rejection?
Hope so.
Yes.
Can't say I've had to experience rejection in a professional sense too often yet, but fingers crossed I can, But there's also, that applies both professionally and personally, right? Can't tell you either ways, but, hopefully is my answer.
Good. Well, Michael, a lot of our viewers could be your prospective employers. So please regard this episode like an interview. Now, you have won some awards as a student.
Yep.
Yeah, tell us about those awards. Yeah.
So the two that come to mind are the MDAD Awards in 2024, Malaysian Digital Association. I think I got that right.
Yes.
Awards.
Yes. I'm the honorary advisor for them.
Yep.
Yes.
And the Young Country Awards in the same year.
Schoolers.
Yes.
So
with the MDAD Awards, actually both of these awards, I was encouraged by my lecturer to take part in them. So how it both worked is that I joined with a team, right? And both of them, we have a team of 3. So with the MDA thing, we first had our assignment that we were going to use. Basically for both of these, we used an assignment we already did in the past. It's just that we repurposed it for the award or for the competition.
Okay.
Because I think we got a brief for MDAD. It's been a while now. But I think it was about integrating new technology into the topic of environmental awareness. That's what I think it is. So we repurposed an assignment we did a couple semesters ago about sustainable food living, basically. It was a topic about branding a snack brand that uses black soldier fly larvae as a protein source, as an alternate protein source. And so we went with that assignment into the MDA thing as a way to advertise that, hey, healthy living doesn't need to be something that's just regarded as something only certain people do. Everyone can do it, and we just need to get the message out there. It's accessible. It can be not too expensive if you don't want it to be, and just things like that. So we first sent this idea off via email to the MDAD board, and they passed us. So then we went to do our first interview at, I'll be honest, I can't remember the industry or the agency now, but we went to do our first presentation there.
How was it?
It was interesting because I'm quite used to presentations. I'm quite used to talking in front of people, but I've never had to talk in front of a boardroom of people, right?
Okay.
I'm used to classrooms. This one was a long table of like a dozen people on both sides, all just looking at the three of us in front. And they're all just like, it's like this.
And who was sitting at the head of the table?
No one. That
No
was
one.
us.
Okay, good.
Because everyone was just looking at us like, yeah, okay. And then they would ask questions and we'd answer them and we'd go cry later. But yeah. And that went well, obviously. And they called us back later on saying, hey, come to the awards night.
Fantastic.
So we actually thought that we hadn't won. I'll be honest. We came in thinking, they've just invited like the top 5 teams or whoever it is, right? So when they actually started announcing the thing, my team and I were like, it's not going to be us, But it ended up being us, to our great surprise. And we went there and won the prize, yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Both the D Awards and the Kanchels are very reputable awards in our industry.
That's good to hear.
In fact, the Kanchels was called the 6A's Awards before, so they are around for about, I think, 30 over years. Yeah. Now, just pretend that I'm a prospective employer interviewing you.
Sit up a bit more straight now, should I?
Okay. Why should I hire you?
This is going to be used later on for reference, aren't I?
Yes. This is a real interview happening.
Well,
what can you bring to the table?
So, in a field such as advertising, I am very willing to learn. As a fresh graduate, I think that's very important. I think flexibility and a willingness to admit that you may not know so much in the industry is quite important. And I'm here willing to learn, What skills can I bring to the table? I think I'm a good presenter, hopefully, once this episode goes out.
I think so. I agree with you there.
So I'm willing to shell out ideas and whatnot, just talk in front of a crowd. I think that can be quite an important skill. I've also got, I think, a interesting background in voice work. This is something I'm fairly used to. I've done voice work for a while now, but unfortunately, that's something AI is cutting into.
It's okay. We can save some money by making you a voiceover talent also.
But yeah, I think I'm willing to learn. I like to think I have a good skill set to offer, in terms of speaking languages.
I also find that your observation of the behavior traits and psychology quite valuable, to the job. What sort of role? What job are you looking at? What sort of role?
A role. Assuming this is the context of advertising,
or marketing.
I generally trend towards account management, logistics, and overall strategy, basically.
Okay.
I think I'm a better planner than I am an executor for sometimes, at least for creative works. So I do like art. Like, first and foremost, I like art. I like drawing. That's my hobby. Am I good at doing it in a professional sense or for jobs? No, because what I like is very, very specific because of it. So I think I am better at planning and account management and just helping lead people in the right direction and facilitating a team because of that.
Okay. And are you willing to work late hours?
I'll have to, I'm afraid.
You already by default accept the fact that advertising is going to be...
Our lecturers have given us a few horror stories. They're the people that are like, you should be glad you're not working like 11 hours.
As a company, we believe in work-life balance.
That's good to hear.
What sort of salary expectation?
15,000. No.
That was close, yes.
Starting salary, probably, from what I've heard, 3 to 4K. That's my guess.
3 to 4K? Oh, okay. You're
Sorry,
very
it's a bit higher than
expensive.
3.
Yeah.
But I've not done too much research into that just yet, so I might be wrong.
Well, talk to us about your take on AI.
So I think AI is not inherently a bad thing. You know, I'm very pro it's a tool rather than a replacement for people. You know, I think in the same way like in the past, because when industrialization, history lesson, sorry, but when industrialization first came about, you know, machine presses and automated machines were a thing that took away people's jobs. Now, people started rioting back then because they took away their jobs, right? And the same thing, I think, at least culturally, is happening with AI. People are up in arms about AI. It's taking away our jobs. It's taking away value from our work, you know? And I think that is true in some sense, you know? Generative AI can be quite damaging. Like with voice work and all that, it's getting to the point where companies are thinking, why should I hire a voice talent when I can just get AI to read the thing? And for some things, that's true. AI can definitely do it. But I think as time goes on, AI will be implemented into, you know, into people's jobs and work more naturally rather than it being quite crude and shoving its way into the industry. So I think that AI can be used to people's advantage if people accept that it's a part of work and integrate it properly into their balance. But it's natural for people to feel threatened by it because once you realize maybe your position is not as secure as you once thought it was, you know, you get angry. That's only natural. That's human. But yeah, I think AI can be a very good tool. But I do not believe it's at the point where it replaces people yet.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. You got the job.
Thank you. And the 30,000 starting salary, right?
That will be after about, say, 5 or 6 years.
Oh.
Well, the sky is the limit.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah. You can go for it.
You can add 2 more zeros behind that too.
Well, that works in rupiahs, I believe.
Vietnamese dong or rupiah.
I wish you well.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed talking to you.
I enjoyed this too. It's very interesting.
This is very enlightening to hear somebody as articulate as you and keen to look at our industry. I believe you fit in advertising.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
I mean,
advertising.
Be a bit of a shame if I all of a sudden go like, I don't like advertising.
Yeah, because you will get a helicopter view in advertising. Say if you go and join a brand, then you say you will only be specifically focused on that category, you know, the industry category. But as a fresh graduate, in fact, you're more than a graduate. You're already an award winner. Yeah, you will gain more. Yeah, in going into advertising, because they have so many different clients in different categories where you can apply yourself.
That's not wrong.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this episode, and I hope that you will be meeting Michael very soon. Bye.